Hello guys, I'm back again with my next video covering of the next part of the continuity of life, which I've explained to you in the previous class. Okay, so in that class we have discussed about the chromosomes, chromatin, fiber, DNA, basic part of those things. Now today we will start about cell division. Okay, so before going to the cell division, I just want to revise some of the things from the previous classes. Okay, so cell, first of all, let us talk about cell. I have drawn the rough diagram of the cell over here. You can see. Now cell has different part. Okay, so some important part are cytoplasm, which is the cell membrane, the outer covering membrane, the inner matrix fluid, that is cytoplasm, the rounded separate structure present in the inside the nucleus, that is present inside the cell, that is nucleus, and there are thread-like structure inside the nucleus, that is chromatin fiber. Okay, so these are the four most important part of the cell. Now moving on to the cell theory given by Sladen and Sawan. However you pronounce, I don't know, I pronounce it as Sladen and Sawan. A mass of membrane bound protoplasm that includes nucleus is known as cell. So what is protoplasm? Your question will be, what is protoplasm for the day? Okay, what is protoplasm? Okay, so the part of protoplasm surrounded the part of protoplasm. Sorry, I'm just very sure. Okay, the surrounding the nucleus is known as cytoplasm. I have already discussed about this thing. Now there are modern cell theory also. So just one I need to discuss. One I will discuss with you all. So the third point of the modern cell theory states that daughter cells are produced from mother cell. Remember, daughter cells are produced from mother cell. Specific feature of the cell and its continuance to the next generation are controlled by the genes present in the cell. Now again, daughter cells are produced from mother cell. Specific feature of the cell and its continuance to the next generation are controlled by the genes present in the cell. So this is one of the most important most important point in the modern cell theory. Now this marks the point, that is cell division. Moving on to the main topic of today, that is cell division. So the process of multiplication of cell from mother cell into the daughter cell is known as cell division. Daughter cells are known as cell division. So usually the daughter cells are produced from the mother cell by the process of division. Okay, and that helps in the multiplication of cells. So how does it multiply? During mitosis, it forms the two cells are from one mother cell. So that means 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, 32 becomes 64, 64 becomes 100 and 128. Similarly, it will go on and on. Okay, so we all know that every living organism at the start are composed of only one cell, and that cells slowly divides and slowly forms the multiple organs of our body, and also gives shapes to our body. That is why cell is also known as structural and a structural unit of life. Now moving on to the next part, we have, why does the cell division occur? Very shortly I have described this one. Why does the cell division occur? Number one, for growth and development. Now we know that when we were born, we were just a small kid, and after 20 to 25 years, we become very big one with well-developed muscle, well-developed hairs, well-developed brain. Okay, so how does it become? Because of the cell division. Because of the cell division, the number of cells present in our body increases. As a result, the size of the body also increases. As well, there is a development of certain organs. Okay, now next one is repairing of wounded parts. Cell division also helps in repairing of wounded parts. So here you can see there is a structure, I have made the structure of wounded part. The middle one is a wounded part or cutted part. What happens is that the cell present at the edge of the wounded part starts dividing one by one, and the cell division occurs until the whole wound is filled up with the cells. Now after some time, what happens is that the wounded part is fully repaired. So this is also done by the help of cell division. Now the next part is reproduction. So for the formation of gametes, sperm and egg, the cell division also occurs for the formation of gametes, that may be sperm and egg in case of animals, and in case of plants it is pollens and ovules. Okay. As well as some of the unicellular organism like amoeba, it reproduces, or it reproduces by the help of mitosis or mitotic cell division directly. Now moving on to the next part, that is type of cell division. Okay, so there are basically three types of cell division. One is the first one is a mitosis, next one is mitosis, and third one is meiosis. Okay, so a mitosis, the process of cell division in which the nucleus and cytoplasm of the parent cell indirectly, now the word here is indirectly, divide into two daughter cells without formation of spindle and separation of chromosome is termed as a mitosis. Now here you can see there is the without the formation of spindle, and separation of chromosome. So these are the main part of this cell division, of this type of cell division, that is without the formation of spindle and separation of chromosome. Okay, so those cell division which occurs without the formation of spindle and separation of chromosome is termed as a mitosis. I have made the diagram over here. You can see this is a mother cell. Now slowly the nucleus, the cytoplasm or the cell membrane, it elongates and makes for the cleavage occurs in between the cytoplasm, as well as the nucleus is elongating, and after that process division of nucleus occurs, and there are two separate nucleus inside one cell, as well as the fur of the cytoplasm has also increased, and finally the two new daughter cells are formed. So this process is known as a mitosis. Usually it occurs in the unicellular organism for directly for the reproduction. Okay, so this was about the mitosis, the first part. Now taking a short break, we will move on to the next part, that is mitosis. Welcome back after a short break. So we were discussing about cell division. We have already talked about the amitosis. Amitosis is a type of cell division where there will be no formation of spindle fiber and no separation of chromosome. It is indirect division of parent cell into two daughter cells. Now the most important type of cell division is mitosis. It is also known as somatic cell division or body cell division. So somatic word came from the Greek word known as somat or somato, or which means body. So somatic means body, so somatic cell division, or it is also known as body cell division. Now, moving on to the definition of mitosis, the cell division in which the parent or mother cell divide into two daughter cells with the chromosome number remaining constant is termed as mitosis. It is also known as equilateral cell division. Now, let's read it again. The cell division in which the parent or mother cell divides. Okay, parent or mother cell divides into two daughter cell with the chromosome number remaining constant is termed as mitosis. Now here there is a term known as chromosome number remaining constant. So this is the significance of mitosis. Most important significance of mitosis. Chromosome. For example, let me use another paper. If I got just a moment. Actually, I'm running out of papers. Okay, I'm running out of paper. Usually what happens is that, for example, in our last class I told you that the number of chromosomes, 2n number of chromosomes in humans is 46. Okay, for example, if in case what happens is that if the number of, if you take out any body cell of humans and if you count the number of chromosomes, then always the 2n or the diploid number of chromosome will be 46. Diploid number of chromosome will be 46. So the cells, body, our body cells, that body cell divides by the help of process of, by the help of mitotic cell division or mitosis. Okay, and mitosis, in the definition of mitosis we learned that, we already seen that with the chromosome number remaining constant, that means the chromosome number remains constant. So if the chromosome number of mother cell is 46, then the chromosome number of the daughter cell will be also how many? 46. So this is daughter cell and this is mother cell. So in this, in the case of mitosis, in the case of mitosis, the chromosome number remains constant, that is 40, chromosome number remains constant from mother cell into the daughter cell, so that is 46 46. That is why if you take out any cell, any body cell from humans, then all the cell of the all the cell will have the equal number of chromosome, that is 46. Okay, so that is one of the most important significance of mitosis. Now moving on to the next one, significance of mitosis. I already told you about the first one, that is chromosome number remaining constant. Now mitosis, it is for number one, repairing of wounded parts. So the repairing of wounded parts in our body or any kind of living organism takes place by the help of mitotic cell division or mitosis. Okay, and number two, growth and development of body. Obviously the number multiplication of number of cells takes by the help of mitosis, it is a body cell division. Therefore growth and development of body also takes place by the process of mitosis. Number three, reproduction of some unicellular organism such as amoeba also takes place by the help of mitosis. Okay, takes place by the help of mitosis. So this was about the significance of mitosis. Now moving on to our next part, mitosis, detailing of mitosis. Mitosis occurs in two stages. One is known as karyokinesis, another one is cytokinesis. So karyokinesis, karyon in Greek means nucleus and kinesis means division. The meaning of karyon is nucleus and kinesis means division. So thus karyokinesis means actually the division of the nucleus. So thus the division of nucleus during cell division is known as karyokinesis. It is again subdivided into four phases. So karyokinesis is again subdivided into four phases. We will talk about each phase in detail. Okay, cytokinesis. Cyto means cytoplasm and kinesis means division. Thus the final phase of cell division, the cytokinesis is the final phase of cell division in which the division of cytoplasm takes place. Okay, so that process is known as cytokinesis. So cyto means cytoplasm and kinesis means division. So division of cytoplasm is known as cytokinesis. So talking about karyokinesis, okay, so mitosis occurs in two stages. One is karyokinesis, another one is cytokinesis. You can see there are sub phases of karyokinesis. Karyokinesis, it occurs in four phases. One is prophase, next one is metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Again prophase occurs in two category. One is early prophase and another one is late prophase. So early prophase as well as late prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. We will discuss one by one. So early prophase, in early prophase the nuclear membrane slowly starts to degenerate. So in this case you can easily see, you can see slowly starts to degenerate along with the nucleolus. The chromatin fiber becomes clearly visible during this phase. So you can see over here, this is the interphase or the resting phase of the cell. So there is no cell division occurring over here. Now after the interphase there will be early prophase. In this case you can see this is the nuclear membrane and these are chromatin fiber. This is nucleolus. This is nucleolus. So in this case, this in interface, you can clearly see the nuclear membrane, nucleolus, as well as chromatin fiber. But as soon as it reaches the early prophase or it enters the cell division, what happens is that the nuclear membrane slowly starts to degenerate. You can see I have made the dotted structure. It slowly starts to degenerate, as well as the nucleolus, it also degenerates and is invisible, or it completely disappears. So degenerating nuclear membrane, you can see the structure, as well as coiling up of chromatin fiber. The chromatin fiber is also has also started coiling up a little bit. So this was about the early prophase. Now moving on to the next phase, that is late prophase. Okay, so in this phase of mitotic cell division, the nuclear membrane completely degenerates, okay, and the chromatin fiber coils up to form X-like structure but not complete chromosome. X-like structure but not complete chromosome. Here there is a line you need to notice. Okay, so coiling up, here what happens is that you have seen in this case, in the early prophase, there was little bit of nuclear membrane, but in the second case, that is in late prophase, the nuclear membrane has completely disappeared, and the chromatin fiber, it has coiled up to form a X-like structure. It is not complete. It has not formed completely chromosome. The chromosome is not completely formed, but it has already started forming the X-like structure that will be later on turned into the chromosome. So next stage is known as metaphase stage of cell division. In this phase, the chromosome are completely formed from densely coiled chromatin fiber. Okay, so in this case, what happens is that the chromatin fiber, which was coiling up during the late prophase stage, it has already coiled up. It has densely coiled up to form a X-like structure that is known as chromosome, and all the chromosome have, or I mean have has assembled in the equatorial plane. Okay, not only that, but there are some spindle fiber, there are also the formation of spindle fiber which get attached to the chromosomes. You can see the formation of spindle fiber and the chromosome clearly. So while we do the counting of chromosomes, when we say the diploid number of chromosome in humans is 46, diploid number of chromosome in allium shepa or onion is 8, etc, etc. So when we do that, counting of chromosome always takes place in the in which stage of cell division, that is metaphase stage of cell division. Okay, so the metaphase is also known as equatorial phase. Now why equatorial phase? Because all the chromosome line in the equatorial plane, therefore it is also known as equatorial phase. Not only that, but the spindle fibers also are also formed, and it gets attached to the centromeric region or the constriction part of the chromosome. So this was about the metaphase. Now the next phase of the cell division or the mitotic cell division is anaphase. Anaphase is a stage of cell division in which the daughter chromosomes move towards opposite poles with the help of spindle fiber. You can see there are daughter chromosomes. First it was X-like structure. Now there are daughter chromosomes. They have separated and they are moving towards opposite pole. First, you can see in this diagram, this is A-like structure and this is V-like structure. This V-like structure is moving downward, that is towards opposite pole, and the A-like structure is moving towards the upward region, that is both are moving towards the opposite pole. Hence, anaphase is a stage of cell division in which daughter chromosomes move towards opposite poles with the help of spindle fiber. You can see the spindle fiber attached to it. Okay, so these are daughter chromosomes, they are moving towards opposite pole. So anaphase also occurs in two phases, that is early anaphase and late anaphase. In early anaphase, the daughter chromosome starts moving towards the pole, and in late prophase, what happens is that they have already reached the poles. And they starts to decoil. Now first, in case of late prophase, it has started to coil up. Okay, in prophase it coils up to form X-like structure. Now in anaphase it decoils to form to form a chromatin fiber. Not only that, but you can also see that the nuclear membrane has also start to reappear. So the reappearance of nuclear membrane also takes place in anaphase, late anaphase, and also the decoiling of chromosome into the chromatin fiber. So these are the main points of anaphase. Now moving on to the next part, that is telophase, or the final phase of karyokinesis. Final phase of karyokinesis is telophase. In this phase, the chromosome completely decoys to form chromatin fiber, as well as the nuclear membrane membrane reappears along with nucleolus, thus bearing two nucleus inside one cell, because of which it is also known as dikaryotic phase. Now in this case, what happens is that you can see in the structure, the chromosome which was X-like structure or A or V-like structure, it has already decoiled and form a chromatin fiber, and also there is a complete appearance of nuclear membrane as well as the nucleolus. Okay, and not only that, but we can observe two nucleus inside one cell, as well as there are some cleavage in the cell membrane. There are cleavage in the cell membrane. So in this case, what happens is that you can clearly see there are two nucleus inside one cell. Thus, it is also known as dikaryotic phase. Telophase is also known as dikaryotic phase. Why? Because di means two and karyon means nucleus, as I already told you. So, since this cell, the single cell contains two nucleus, it is also known as a dikaryotic phase. Hope you understood. Oh my God. Telophase or dikaryotic phase. So the where is your one last phase? Okay, dikaryotic phase. Now the final phase is known as cytokinesis. Cytokinesis. Thank you. So cytokinesis is nothing but it is the division of cytoplasm. Division of cytoplasm is known as cytokinesis. Now in this case, the animal cell and the plant cell, the division of cytoplasm and in plant cell and animal cells differs in such a way that if you see animal cell, this is the final phase of this is the final phase of karyokinesis, that is the telophase in animal cell. So here are nucleus and here are chromatin fiber. This is nucleolus, and here also another nucleus with the nucleolus and perfect nuclear membrane. What happens is that this slowly, the cleavage in the cytoplasm slowly grew up, and finally what happens is that two new cell is formed by the cleavage of cytoplasm or cell membrane, by the cleavage of cell membrane. So two individual new daughter cells are formed by the cleavage of cell membrane, and the division of cytoplasm takes place. So the division of cytoplasm takes place by the formation of cleavage or furrow in cell membrane. So it is in case of animal cell. But in case of plant cell, uh, if you observe properly, then this is the final phase of the karyokinesis in the plant cell. So there are two nucleus, so thus it is a telophase. What happens is that there is a formation of cell plate within the two nucleus. So this is known as cell plate. Okay, so this is known as cell plate. The formation of cell plate takes place, as a result of which, by the formation of cell plate, the two cells divide, the two new cells are formed, or new cells divide, the parent cell divide into two daughter cells with nucleus and with proper nucleus. I've just made a rough diagram. You can refer any book and make a proper diagram in your note copy. Okay, so this was about cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is nothing but it is the division of cytoplasm in animal cell. So in animal cell, what happens is that the division of cytoplasm takes place by the formation of cleavage or furrow in cell membrane. So the furrow gets deeper and deeper until and unless the two new daughter cells are formed. Whereas in case of plant cell, what happens is that the formation of cell plate takes place in between the two nucleus, and after formation of cell plate, the mother cell or the parent cell divides into two new daughter cell. So this is parent cell. So this was this was all about today. Okay, this was all about today, and that is mitosis. Now my question to you all is that, please mention, I'm giving you some questions. Number one, I have mentioned that uh, reproduction in amoeba takes place by mitosis. Is it true or false? Validate your answer. Number two question is if spindle fiber in animal cell is produced from centrioles, this centrosome, how it is produced in plant cell. Number three question is why mitosis is also known as equilateral cell division. So that's the question for the date. I will see you tomorrow again and we will discuss about meiosis in the next day. Thank you so much, and stay safe, stay home, and don't forget to study.